Have you ever waited in line at the TSA check-in at the airport and wish that you were in the pre-check area? Or maybe crossing back from Canada to the United States at Border Patrol? How about coming back from Mexico into the United States and wish you had a way to get into the United States faster? I know I have. I recently went to a funeral in Canada. I was stuck at the border for an hour and a half and I really needed to use the bathroom. It wasn't even number one, you know what I'm talking about. So I vowed to myself to never be in that situation again. So in this video, we'll go over ways to get into the United States faster through TSA check-in, clear, and what we have now is global entry. So make sure you watch this video all to the end, because in this video, we'll go over step-by-step how to apply for global entry and get you through the lines at the border fast. Right here we are with the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, by the government. So these guys are the guys that actually check you at the line at the airport. So to apply, just go on the website. Benefits to having TSA Precheck is being expedited through the line, through the airport. So this only works on airplanes. It doesn't work on boats, I want to say. It doesn't work on land because we have Border Patrol, Customs Patrol, and CBP. Yeah, Customs Border Patrol, CBP. So you have to be U.S. citizen or nationalized citizen or legal permanent resident is what they here have them described it as. So available to only U.S. citizens, nationals, and legal permanent residents, LPRS. So the benefits of having it, like I said, you have that factor where you can breeze through a line where if you're late for a flight, you can just go right through. So it only works on airplanes. And then the other benefits, you don't have to take off your shoes, your belts. And then the 311 liquid is 3 ounces, one per person, I want to say, per carry-on. The 311 rule. You have a laptop, you can wear a light jacket without taking any of that off. So lots of benefits. So yeah, the wait time is 5 minutes or less. I've been through it in 5 minutes and I've gone through it more than 9 minutes. So it's not that much of a difference. But definitely for sure it beats the regular TSA line. And then children under 17 can basically coattail ride you or piggyback off you going in TSA if you have pre-check already. If the adult that has it. It has about over 200 airports that has this line. I've been to most airports, and I don't think in North America most people have TSA Precheck. So you can wear your shoes, you can wear laptops, the 311 rule, belts and light jackets. It takes about 10 minutes to enroll, and they can do pre-check, believe it or not, at Staples, like an Office Depot. For some reason they have it there. You can actually easily just go in there, get the interview, and then they'll fingerprint you, take pictures of you. It's about $78 every 5 years. That works at about $15 a year. You can't beat it. $15 a year. I mean, a cup of coffee will cost you more than that per day. So I'm talking about $15 per year for the next 5 years. So $78, you can't beat it. And then they'll give you in the mail a KTN number, known traveler number, KTN, that's what it stands for. And then you're golden. So every time you book a flight, you put that in. I use Delta, I'm a fan of Delta. So Delta, if you're looking out for your boy, email me. So you get the KTN number, you make a reservation on your flight, make sure you put that in, that way it shows up on your ticket as a KTN, as a known traveler. That way you can zip through those lines with no problems. Okay, so that's TSA. So I got this from NerdWallet, as you can see here. What is global entry and how I get one. So you can, I'm gonna leave the link in the description below. You can read through about it. But what global entry is, it's entry into the United States. So you have to understand, if you're going to another country, let's say China or Korea, you have to get a passport or visa into that country. Basically, you're not getting a global entry into other countries. The global entry means entering from different parts of the world into the United States. So it's entry to the United States, not per se entry to other countries. So do understand that. It shortens the wait time, like I said, at Customs, Borders, Patrol, either through coming back from anywhere in the country, Canada, Korea, Sweden, Germany, Ireland, anywhere in the country. That way you can get access to Customs, Border Patrol faster instead of being through those long lines. So what is global entry? Is membership pay program through Homeland Security. It is also 5 years, but however it is $100 per person. Unlike TSA, you're able to, anybody under 17 are able to ride along into the entry gate without them having global entry membership. However, as a global entry member, every single person in your party has to have global entry. So being an infant, a newborn, all the way to adult age, you have to have your own global entry. And it's $100 for 5 years. And we'll talk about different credit cards that offer to reimburse you and pay you back on global entry. So that's what global entry is. You can come back from Netherlands, South Korea, all these countries, and then be able to enter the United States with no problem. However, Canadian residents use Nexus as a different type of system, but they cannot apply for global entry because they're not U.S. citizens. However, they can use global entry benefits like TSA Precheck. So here's some differences in TSA and Precheck. And I guess, like I said, I got this from NerdWallet. Want to do a sponsorship? Holla at me. All right. So difference between TSA and global entry. They're both 5 years. Like I mentioned, the application fee is $78 for TSA, and then global entry is $100. Not as much sites or locations as TSA. They have 380 plus for TSA and 100 plus for global entry. So it depends on if it's an international airport. Obviously, they'll have it. If it's like a local airport, they won't have global entry because you're not mostly flying in from other countries into that airport. So Precheck, yes. So the caveat of having global entry is you don't have to pay for TSA. So it actually comes along with it. You kind of save money there because you, as a global entry member, or also trusted travel partner, TTP, when you go into apply for global entry on the Homeland Security site, you get TSA along with global entry. You don't have to pay a separate fee. And like I said, we'll talk about credit cards that offer reimbursements to have global entry. And then minors, no children, they must have their own. Like I mentioned, you have to have it. It's not like TSA, they can kind of coattail ride you. And the TSA is only for domestic travel, so it doesn't work if you come back from, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the Caribbean part of the United States, so international, you need a passport and you also need a global entry. So again, mentioning global entry, you need both a passport to enter the United States from anywhere country if you come back from the Netherlands, Singapore, and you also need a global entry card. So you need two things to get back to the United States. Makes your life a lot easier. So what it works out to is $100 every 5 years. It's about $20 per year, and NerdWallet, a bunch of geeks here, they kind of broke it down to $1.70 a month. So if you can't do $170 a month for the next 5 years, I don't know, like I said, this will make your life a lot easier, especially if you're traveling. So how to apply, go to Trusted Traveler Program, and I'll leave the link in the description below for this. You click on Trusted Traveler Program. It's $100. You can't beat it. So what is Clear? I've been a big fan of Clear. Like I said, I've been grandfathered with the locked-in price that they had when they first started for $179. Don't get that price. Only I can get it. Go through security checkpoints with no problems domestically. So it's just like TSA. The difference is it supersedes TSA, where you're Precheck, basically. You want to think about it that way. It is a third-party membership that kind of collaborates with the TSA folks, and we have that biometric feature where you're able to scan your iris or fingerprint and zip through Precheck, and they actually have a designated clear line, because if you folks haven't figured it out, Precheck is pretty predominant. A lot of people who do have Precheck is, like I said, it's pretty cheap, $78 every 5 years, and then you kind of go above that, which is Clear, a little more expensive, $189 I think of the last check on Clear. You fill out everything online and you go to interview. You basically complete your application at the airport. So you have to go there to airport that has Clear, complete your application there. They basically scan your iris, fingerprint you, then you're good to go. Difference here also is Clear is every year, so it's about, I pay about $259 because I include my wife, I include my kids. So at this point of this recording, I believe the kids are free. I might be wrong. Comment below if I'm saying that right. But about $259 with 2 adults and 2 kids, and we zip through Clear. As soon as we go through Clear, we go through Precheck. Kind of supersedes Precheck. We actually cut the front of the line for Precheck. It's golden. Like I said, it makes your time travel between checking in I usually use Delta Priority, Sky Priority check-in. I zip through that. I go through Clear. I zip through that. I cut through Precheck, and I'm in the gate 10 minutes at the most between check-in and everything else, and getting my luggage checking in. Pretty fast. Highly recommend it for domestic travel. It's a little pricey, but well worth it if you're gonna be traveling a lot. And then I'll leave the link in the description below for Clear. And again, I got this from NerdWallet also. So 16 credit cards that you should utilize in July 2023 by NerdWallet. I'll leave the link in the description below for that. There are credit cards out there that will pay and reimburse you for your TSA Precheck or Global Entry, Chase Sapphire, Capital One Adventure X, American Express Platinum Inc. from Chase. But the ones we're going to focus on today were, because I'll leave the link in the description below. It'd be the 16 credit cards, but my all-time favorite seems to be looking at Capital Venture and IHG, which owns, I want to say, the Holiday Inn, Crown Plaza, Indigo Hotels. So check those out, and then we'll go over American Express Platinum, my best favorite, and I'll apply for that too. If you want me to make a separate video how I'm going to apply for the American Express Platinum, and the reason I'm choosing the Platinum because of the travel benefits through Global Entry, hotels, upgrades at the Centurion Lounge or even Delta Sky Lounge. So a lot of perks to having that credit card. It's low expensive, $695. Yes, I said it, $695 per year. But if you look at the reimbursements for Audible, Disney Plus, all those credits add up, and it's a no-brainer. So if you want to make that video, comment below, make that video about American Express Platinum. So number one is the Capital One Venture Card. It's a card you do need to pay a $95 annual fee. There's a introductory offer of 75,000 miles as soon as you sign up, so it's pretty good there. You do have to have a good credit, a decent credit, a FICO score of 690 or 850. And then NerdWallet gives you the pros and cons for each. But that looks looking like the cheapest route for Capital One, in my opinion. And they do offer the TSA annual fee, Global Entry reimbursement up to $95 for Global Entry, for a small fee of $95 per year. So it's a great card to have. On the low end, $95 a year is pretty doable. Next we'll do the IHG card. It's basically, like I said, they own Marriott, Crown Plaza, Indigo Hotels, and it's a little pricier. It's $99 per year. You get to use these points toward your hotel stay. So there is some reimbursements for Global Entry again, TSA Precheck, and Nexus customers if you're Canadian. So they do reimburse you up to $100 every 4 years, because Global Entry and TSA is every 5 years. They do reimburse you for that. And then you get 140,000 points that converts to a certain number of dollars, or either as far as booking hotels, you can go on your individual sites and figure out how much that will be. All right, so you have to have a credit score, also a decent credit score of 690 to 850 for IHG Premier. And the king of the crop, American Express, on roll. So the American Express Platinum, it's $695 per year. Yes, it's expensive, but if you look at the benefits that they offer, it's well worth it, at least in my situation. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you, for me, this will work because I do travel at least twice a year and do like to enjoy nice things as I'm traveling with my family. So again, they do offer the $78 pre-check reimbursement every 4.5 years, or the Global Entry every 4 years. The only stipulation is you have to charge or be automatically withdrawn from your American Express Platinum card. That way they can reimburse you for that as a statement. And those are the credit cards, the 3 credit cards I think will help you pay for your Global Entry application. So some things to do before we start the process of the application. You need a couple of things here. I'll list them and I'll flash it across the screen. You need your driver's license. You need your bank account, a checking or debit card. They'll take both. You need your passport. You need your previous address for your employer, their current one and your previous ones. They don't want no gaps, so no pro tip there. Pro tip number 1 is they want no gaps in your history. The program's pretty good. It tells you if there's a gap in the history. So you need that. You need a full address of your previous residency and your current address. The same thing. You want a full address. And pro tip number 2 is they want the last 4 digits of your zip code. So it's, let's say your zip code 012345 or 12345, you need 6789. So you need the last 4 digits of your zip code. So that's some things to look out for. The other thing you need is to download the two-person authentication or two-factor authentication application, and you can use Google authentication. I'll try to leave a link in the description below. Download that. So you need all that before you start applying on global entry. Okay, let's get started. All right, let's get started here. We're going to apply for a global entry card. Let's apply now. And we're going to choose a program to get started. All memberships available for 5 years. And like I said, if you pick global entry, you get TSA Precheck along with that for $100 USD. If you're part of the Canadian people, then you get, it's pretty cheap, $50 USD. May include Precheck there. Centuries an hour from Canada to Mexico. But I believe if you have global entry, you don't need Century, because this is only by air and land. This is by air, land, and sea. It kind of covers everything there. So I would highly recommend getting global entry. Fastest an hour through commercial trucks. If you're a truck driver, shout out to those folks that are driving trucks and those essential workers. So processing is high volume right now. Luckily, I don't need to travel at this point in time. I'm probably going to fill up mine and start filling up my wife's and my kids. That way, everybody will have one. By the time they're of age, adult age, they're able to do it on their own. At least I'll give them this part. Global entry, get started. It does require a background check, which I've done with Clear and I've done with Precheck, so it's not going to bother me. I want to say if you have a dent or mark on your profile, then I would highly recommend checking out other sites to figure that out, because I'm not going to go deep into that, because otherwise it'll make this video very long. Sent to global entry, yes. Yes. So Custom Border Patrol CBP Trusted Traveler is going to allow you to sign to your account safely and securely. We're going to create an account. So once you create an account with Custom Border Patrol, they'll send you a link to your email to make sure it is you, and you click on that link, and then it's going to make you create a password. So when you first sign up, you put in the password. The government website is going to ask you to create an authentication application using one of these popular ones that they have here. Using your mobile device, download the authentication app, Google Authenticator, Windows app, 1Password or OTP, one-time password manager authenticator, so through Chrome extension. So you have to choose one of those apps. That way they're going to text message you and use the app also to make sure that is you. All right, so you go through the 2-step authentication application through Google. That's the one I use. You're going to scan the QR code that they give you, and then they're going to text message you. So those 2 factors make sure that you are you, that you are identified as that person. So now at this part where I'm at the account profile, I'm going to fill out these. Select the program you like. So I'm going to go for global entry, and then global entry includes TSA Precheck. You plan to fly the next 6 months. So yeah, so those are the laws for global entry. How did you hear from trusted travelers? I'm going to say from a friend. Apply for global entry. So find check of documents, driver's license, all above. So those have been checked off. No errors are found. Our last one, we'll check the security boxes and submit the paperwork. Now we're going to pay the global fee of $100. And there we have it. Our application is accepted. So we're just waiting for our interview to verify that the person we're applying, which I'm applying, is me. So we for interview, and that's it. I know this is not my usual type of videos. We'll talk about personal finance and cost savings, but this is definitely a time saver. I hope you look into these type of check-ins where you can cross the border, go through customs, TSA faster to get to your destination without any headache. So if you like this video, go ahead and comment below and give me a thumbs up. If you think people will benefit from watching this video, then go ahead and share this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Listen, you're watching these videos because you believe personal finance is achievable, and I appreciate every single one of you watching these videos. So I'll see you in the next one.